been a while. I just hope my audio is just audible. I am audible. I've actually repeated myself grammarly. So I don't know. I just hope that I'm actually on a field somewhere. There's a village just behind me on a hill. It's called Kasarani. Yeah. Okay, but no problem, no issues. Just I wanted to show my surroundings. I'm in a place called. Is it a talents? It's called Talents Playground. This is a field actually, public field that belongs to a certain company called Sokoro or Team Sales. It's called Team Sales, or locally it's called Sokoro. It's where timbers are processed. You know, it's a timber company that manufactures timber. That is why it is called timber. Oh, Team Sales. Team, short form for timber. Then sales, Team Sales. Okay, that's the business that I do. And I remember doing a diary where I was documenting how they were cutting trees in Eldoret. That field where I was showing, I think it was was it on March or February? I'm not okay. Likely it's on March. So the trees are usually brought here in Elbagon and then processed, and then they are sold by the company. But because that's the sole purpose of the company. All right. So I'm in their field, public field, and I'm quite relaxed. It's sunny today. I'm actually very fortunate to have come here today because it's sunny. The whole of this week has been rainy, cloudy. Like right now, if it could have been on Wednesday, it could be raining right now, and no one could be outside. So I'm lucky. I'm lucky to be doing this diary today. I've actually decided that I do this diary this morning before this sun disappears out of nowhere. It's any minute that any clouds start to form, gray clouds start to form. We're having a wet season here, so it's good though. God's blessings, and we are also experiencing other blessings in other areas, and which I'm about to is it to explain or even to give a testimony about. I have many things to talk about. One of them being, now, was it at the middle of this week or the start of this week? I think so. It is in the middle of okay, at the start. I'm not sure which day was it. I wake up, not really waking up, but you see how you can. It's like you are dreaming. You are dreaming, but you are not. You are asleep, but you are dreaming, and again at the same time you are like half conscious. I don't know. It was like a voice. I'm not sure about it, or it was a strong thought that came into my mind, that was just floating into my mind, on my mind. I was like, the word WordPress was actually very prominent in that chat. Was it a chat or even a thought? Or a voice? I'm not sure, but it was big. You know, there's a way you can think, and the voice in your head are not. They are quite okay, mild, not loud so much. Yeah, let me call it normal. You are thinking in a more normal. That voice is very normal, speaking in normal tone. But that one that I experienced that day, I think it was strong enough to realize that, for me to realize that, okay, this is not normal. This is supernatural, and someone might be talking to me. I don't know. I'm not sure about it, but I think I felt it because. Okay, let me talk about how these voices that are in your mind are supposed to make you feel. And here I'm talking about two two what two deity. Okay, not deities. Satan is not a deity. Um, okay, there are two voices that you can hear. There's that voice that you are thinking about. Okay, what am I talking about really? I'm trying to drive the point home. Okay, let me talk off. This how the Holy Spirit can talk to you, and there's an aura that will be created as He's talking to you. And now the evil. Okay, I really don't want to to point it out as evil spirit, but here's the features, and I'll talk about the effect. When the Holy Spirit talks to you, you're like, okay, He has talked to you, and you don't have fear. And it's quite the opposite when the other spirit, the spirit of darkness, talks to you. You start worrying. You start, worrying yourself. You do not have peace. And this certain one, this exact one, was actually the holy one. The features of the holy one. I'm like, okay, something is cool. Something is happening, and I really feel quite relaxed. What's happening, bro? Okay, since it's none of my business, I know there are sheep that are getting into a shamba here. Anyway, it's none of my business. I don't want. Anyway, where was I? So I felt contented and at peace. And at that morning, I felt kind of, I don't know. There's a power that can push you, and we're like, okay. And those thoughts of getting into WordPress, well, of course, I have tried actually getting to learning WordPress, but WordPress requires a live server, and I think I must have lost contact or even interest because I didn't have some resources for learning WordPress. So I decided, okay, let me leave that alone. But when I'll get a chance, I'll do it, because okay, it doesn't take much, but I'm willing to learn, and right now I have the resources. So going back to school, by the way, I have a story to tell. I have something to say about about school. Anyway, so I felt um what do you call it? What's the other word for convinced? But oh, conviction. Yes, I felt the conviction that whole morning. By the way, it was raining at that morning. I was like, by the way, I have ever thought about getting into WordPress, but I've never really taken uh, enough effort to learn WordPress. So this means I have to get means to learn the WordPress, because by the end of this year I want to be independent. I made sure of I'm very certain of that in my mind. I want to be independent by the end of this year, so that by next year I'll not be depending on anyone for my basic needs, or even for money, for maintenance, and all that. Okay, remember, by the I don't know why all this is happening at this time, and I really wanted to talk about that. Some strange things have been happening, and I felt the conviction to even become independent, and I'm being pushed by this supernatural power that I don't know of. Come back to in other news. I've not been doing what do you call it, diaries every day. So I decided, instead of doing diaries, I'll be very active in my social media, and I've been very active in Facebook. Whatever post that I make it has value to people. Okay, that is how I find myself posting every day. I usually post at least 3 times every day for the past, I don't know, 4 weeks or 3 weeks. Okay, something like that, consistently, without missing any day. That's what I've been doing, and I'm glad that I'm making it, because consistency is what I lack in my nini. And I'm looking. I made a post recently, saying how, expressing how I need expressing how I need friends who are very vibrant, who are psyched, who are always high spirited, so that they complement on that weakness that I have. I really I really do boast having inconsistency in whatever I do. That is why most of the times I don't have a specific skill that I'm good at, but right now I'm very goal oriented. And I've been talking so much about the law of attraction, telling people how it works, and I'm proud that people are even reaching out in my personal email and asking what it is. And I have no problem. I have to explain, because if you are given a mandate by God to write, to influence, do it by all costs. Do it passionately. Do it. If you are I'm already supposed that I'm supposed to to highlight in my timeline for next week. I have all the content for next week in that Facebook timeline of mine. I put it there, and I have all the posts there, and usually the writings that come into my mind usually, and most of the time, come at midnight. Experience some, I don't know, by this, since I changed my name, there has been so many changes that have been happening. Many, I mean many. I'm like, okay, there are things that I used to do when I had the other name. I need not mention it, the name, because I'll be returning to the place that I don't want to. Okay, ships are getting into that thingy. Anyway, I'll not bother, because one, I don't know whose sheep. I hear that sheep has no plural. You cannot call them sheeps. So, okay, come back to myself. Ever since I changed my name, things have been happening, and I'm like, wait. Everything has an everything that I do I'm realizing that okay, there's a consistency that I used to lack when I had the other name, but after I changed, it's when I created the companies Maxis Group. I came up with the purpose of the companies, Maxipie. Yeah, I was finding purpose, and the first name didn't deserve me until this time. And right now I'm looking forward to looking forward to changing my legal documents to that name, Maxim Felix Kenobi. Okay, so whether this strange thing has been happening now, let me highlight on something. I don't know if I need to talk about this, but every time I help with my money, usually what happens after one day, and this has been tried and tested, I help somewhere with my little money that I have, you find that I get I don't know, from nowhere someone just sends money. I don't know, from nowhere. I don't know these people. Like this, was it yesterday? There's a grasshopper here. I don't know if you can I can highlight it. Let me end it and record it. I think I don't know. There it is. It's a brown grasshopper. Anyway, but there I have a story about to tell about the insect. So I'm at home on the compound, and I had lost a SIM card, and a no SIM card, and I was looking for it on the home compound, because I must have moved with the phone. Usually I keep my SIM cards at the back of my the back of my phone cover. Okay, between my phone and my phone cover, and I think it must have slipped through. You know, there's a charging port that can allow a charging port opening at the bottom of that phone cover. I think it must have slipped and fallen off. Until now I've not found it, and I don't know why. Anyway, let me do this. Oh, I was to tell a story. Yes, so that is what happened. I lost the SIM card and I was looking for it. So I'm in the process of doing this, of looking for it, and what I found out is okay, this carpenter bee approaches me. Okay, out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from, because let me explain. I'll explain in details. This carpenter bee approaches me as I'm looking at it, and it is at my legs, and it is really coming to attach to my legs. And usually this thing can sting, can really sting you. I decide, this thing can really sting me. Let me walk back and just avoid this thing, because I don't want trouble. I had thought that it is a wasp. Usually when a wasp is when it stings you, you will have a swollen skin, a big one, because it has some chemical called, I'm not sure, I don't know. And when it reacts with the body chemicals, you have the body reacts with antigen reaction. So you have a swollen nini. what do you call it? You have a swollen skin, so I didn't want that trouble. But looking on a second look, I saw that it is a carpenter bee. A carpenter bee doesn't hurt that much. It does no, the sting doesn't. It does no nini, but it can bite you, or it can sting you. So I'm like, okay, I really need to do something to walk away. So I start to walk back, and what happens is that the bee surprisingly starts to follow me. Like, okay, what do you want? And now it starts becoming evident, or even okay. Let me okay. I don't. I'm looking for another word to replace the word violent. Violent or insisting. It starts insisting that I need to. It needs to look for me. To attach on me. And I'll explain why that is very important in the next thing that happens. So I get so I get so I get out. So as it is for following and revolving around me, I'm like, it starts to revolve around me, and it sees that I'm not interested in whatever it intends to. What am I trying to say? This this okay, I'm usually not comfortable when people are around. I know people are around, but so what happens? What happens? Yes, it insists coming on me more and more closer, and right now it is at my thighs, and I'm like, okay, what do you want? And as I look at it, I see some brown things, and in my mind, if I recall very correctly, I know that a carpenter bee doesn't have brown colors any, unless it is that the young one, because they are yellow but they are not brown. The color is almost the same, but it's not. I realized they are brown things, and I'm like, wait, they are brown carpenter bees, carpenter carpenter bees. You know that bee that bores the wood in the houses, in houses. Yeah, that one. So I'm like, okay, what do you want? And it has some brown markings. I didn't look closer because it was flying, so I didn't see correctly. And usually you cannot see something correctly when it's moving. So I decided, let me just walk away. And it decides to attach to land on a coat that has just come from a laundry. I've actually explained it correctly in my Facebook. My Facebook timeline. The story is there. If you ever want to, Nini. It's on today. Okay. I don't. It's on. I don't know. Today's on when? It was on 16th August. So I decided, let me walk away, and it lands on that coat. I'm like, okay, let me take a closer look at this thing. And zooming in, I see that it was a nini. It was bee with some ants on it, the brown ants that really bite. Ooh, wait, that ant, if it bites you, it cannot let you go. So that is what is attached to that bee, and they are quite a couple, like 4 or 5. Hmm? Just around that figure 4. Around that figure 4. And I'm like, okay, what is happening? What is happening really? And I decide to pick a biro pen that is used up to get rid of the ants that are on this the carpenter bee. Little did I know that this bee was actually in distress, and it was sounding. Was it sounding? It was looking for. It was signaling for help, and I was like, okay. That is why it came closer to me. And usually they are not. They are not friendly with humans, and they interact with humans. It's either it will be a war. There's actually an enmity between that carpenter bee and humans. Human interaction, because human beings don't like those insects. Hmm? They are destroyers. They destroy wood on houses. They bore. It's huh. Anyway, that's the whole point. Okay, we change the. By then, this church. It's called Talent. There are two buildings there. You can see. Okay. So just hope my nini is clear. So later did I know that it was looking for help. It was signaling for help, and I offered help. By the way, I swapped the nini. How you can move nini something like very fast. Use like so the boy the so the ball pen tip is what I use to swipe it down from that coat that I'm talking about. Okay, and it falls, and while it falls, some ants fall with it. All right, great. And in a blink of an eye, what happens is that it flies away. There still ants on it, but but it runs away. I don't know for whatever reasons. I think the ants were biting really hard. That's why it flew away. As it is flying away, I'm like, wait, buddy, bro, I'm not yet finished with you, because I wanted to remove all the ants on its body, on your body, and that is how I was like, wait, why did it specifically come to me for help? Because it was insisting, by the way, it was insisting that you really need to help me. I'm in distress. You really need to help me. And I offered help where I could. I think some months fell off, and I think I asked. I remained with the questions. Why did it come to me? Whereas there were people, actually there were children who were playing outside the home compound and all that, and it could have gone to those children to be given help. But why did it specifically come to me, where there was no other view? And I think it knew that I was a human and I can help. Anyway, it's a weird thing that happened, and I don't know how, why, and the reason behind it. Maybe I don't know. I really don't know. And the same day is when I get money from someone. I think there are people who are like, okay, someone sent 200 shillings to my M-Pesa account. I don't know, and I refused to revert it. Someone reversed it, but I think the money was gotten. It was returned to its owner. I don't know why the sender decided to just. Anyway, it's something of the past. But I'm realizing if I help somewhere, I get money from just nowhere. Someone just randomly sends money. Like, by the way, what is happening? Just see if the money, money is an energy. When you release it, you are likely to receive it back. How many times? Even 10 times. But that's a story for another day. I think I'm yet to do more more tests to see really that this thing is working. So far two have worked. I sent someone who sent money where it is needed. Okay, let me put it this way. I see a post that someone needs money to get out of hospital on social media, on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, let me send something, whatever I have. And 2 days will not end. Someone will send as a person. 2 days will not end before someone randomly, I don't know who they are, but they send money. So far I've received how many transactions? I think 1, 2, 3. 2 have reversed, 1 didn't. And it's quite, there's something in this thing. It's only in its realization stage. Yeah, but I'm yet to do more tests to see if this thing is working. If it is working, bro, I'm going full throttle with it. And this will be now the sole purpose of Akina Max's group and Akina Max's home. I have plans, but right now it's they are formulating, and I'm looking just for ideas. Remember the 2 companies? Oh, actually, I described Max's home. I'm not sure if I described in the other the diary that I did some days ago. I'm not sure, but I'll not dwell on that anyway. So, what do you have? Yes, school. I want to talk about school. So I call this tenant. Remember, I had kept some items for a friend. The bed, some furnitures, and whatever. These are a list of those things that I described. I think it was on April, while people are going to home. So I get this this friend informs me that I need to go back to school to do the soups, because supplementary exams are supposed to be done this month. Yeah, before they go back to school. So the guy needed a place to stay, and they required. Anyway, long story short, they are trying to move out with their things to another room in the same plot. And I'm like, okay, what is happening? What is really happening? Because once I say that okay, what am I trying to say? okay, in that process, in those weird things, I don't want to call them weird things, but they are really not, because they are really not. So I get to call the caretaker, and he tells me that I have a balance. I did not pay for the 2 months that I stayed on that holiday. Remember the 2 months that actually they are the things that, it's the reason why I came back home, because I didn't have those $50, and I couldn't ask from dad to provide for the $50. Is it $50 or even 45? I didn't have yet oh I didn't have that money. That is why I ran away. So they're telling me I still have a balance. I don't know where the money will come from, but I think before the school starts, the school opens, I'll have gotten that 5,000 from I don't know, but it will come by. And I'll explain if I get it how it will come by, because I'm suspecting it might come in ways that I didn't expect. Okay, so stay tuned for that. So basically, that is what has been happening in my life right now. There are strange things that are happening. I think they are redirecting me to my purpose. I think my purpose was to help hmm? help someone in this world that is in distress, that is in time of their needs. Something is just redirecting me to that, and my purpose is just becoming clearer and clearer. One thing I have to share, and I feel convinced that if I go back to Moi, I might not I might not finish school. Okay, I might decide to opt out from school, or even drop out from school forever, and this means forever. Because okay, tell me why, when I've decided now to come back to school, is when there are rumors that there will be strike. Workers will not work again. Yeah, this means that there will no longer be education activities that will be going on. Yeah, tell me why. The same reasons that prompted me to drop out while in first year. The same reasons that are coming back when I have found my purpose. Tell me why. Anyway, it's a matter of, I don't know, matter of chances, because I feel that there is something bigger and that I'm not seeing right now, but I have an idea of it. My purpose, I think, is bigger than I can think of, and that is why they has and wait. Yeah, I need to update this. So my mother dreams of me changing my name. Confirmation for what? Spiritually, it has been accepted. What had happened months earlier? I think it was on February. Was it on February or March, when I said that I'm going to change my name, my second name, to Kenobi? And on, I think was it on June or July, I fully now changed my name. Tell me why. she dreams about that, and she told me that she was convinced that I really wanted to change my name to Mina. I'm like, okay, you know, uh, right now if you call, I was actually telling her, I was actually discussing with her because she was telling me the story, and I was like, oh, I can't change my name to a Kikuyu one right now. If you want to change my name to another one, it will not be a Kikuyu one. I swear, it will not be a Kikuyu one. Is it true? And I had not told her of anything of the sort of changing my name before. I had actually not told anyone about my name. Okay, things are happening. These things, strange things. Is it strange things that are actually pointing out to my purpose, and why I'm here on this earth? I think I have a long way to go. Now, regarding Akina Max's group and which other one? Max's home and Maxipie. Wow, I've not done anything since then. I think I've done one video for Max's home in TikTok, and I think I left it there because I'm on to other things, other important things. Because right now I'm reading a book about communication, and I want to get the most out of it so that when I start doing videos, I speak with impact. I speak so that people start to listen. It's called How to Speak So That People Listen. By the way, what's the name of this author? Oh, I forget it, but it's in my library, my ebook library. Ebook library. Yeah, I actually started a GitHub website, and that is the tool that I'm using to propagate my intentions to make people have more knowledge in some areas of life, such as self-awareness. There's speech, how to speak to people. Yeah, I'm sharpening skills for other people, and I feel I'm actually enjoying it. I feel passionate doing it because I feel it's my purpose. It's the reason why I think every time I post every day on that Facebook timeline, there's something that is pushing me. I don't know from nowhere, but I'm liking how I'm just dispensing knowledge to whoever needs it. Because these things are factual and are applicable in real life. They like the likes of how to life path, self-awareness in that aspect. There is speech, how to speak to people, how to believe in yourself, how to think big. Oh, I've just remembered I need to update a book. By the it has just hit me. I was supposed to put a book somewhere. To put a book on that ebook library website for my ebook website, so that everything runs correctly. So basically, that is what is happening in my life. I needed to update that because I feel the need to. So right now I decided to come to this field so that I improve my blood flow and I get the most out of sunlight. Is it vitamin D? Yeah. So do I need to talk about anything else? I usually document whatever is important in my life right now. So that's that. I have to end it here, and I think see you on the next one. I don't know I'll do it when, but I'll do it very soon. And I might talk about my partner, but it's something that is of great concern. I was talking about the friends. I want to get friends who are very vibrant and crazy, goal oriented, and what have you. Okay, so I edit here, and I edit with if it can be shaken, it can be moved. This is Maxim Felix. See you on the next one.